Hello, I just wanted to share some thoughts with you today. Happy 4th of July. I posted something on my author page and I felt it was like appropriate to share more broadly. It really stemmed from some conversations we were having with our own sons. We have a 13-year-old, 11, and 8-year-old. And when we think about what the 4th of July looks like this year versus last year, obviously it looks very different. So we had a lot of discussions around, the race relations, discussion, social injustice. We've talked about the pandemic and school and all those different things. And we're very transparent with our boys. We don't hide our feelings about things, and we try to not get them to think the way that we think, but we try to just share with them truth and have that dialogue around why they might feel the way they feel or believe what they believe and things like that. And the result of the conversation really stemmed from all those thoughts that we had, and it ended up in this place of, well, don't we have an opportunity, mom and dad? Like, we know that all these things are happening, but what's our opportunity to be a part of change? And that really inspired me coming from kids, right? So I wanted to share my thoughts that I wrote after having that conversation. I was thinking this morning how absolutely unexpected this year has turned out. It's been hard for so many reasons, but I also sit here thinking about how blessed we still are. Because the truth is, hard times are going to happen. Unfortunately, sin in man is real, and that means people will do bad things. Bad things will happen. Catastrophic times will happen. Pandemics will come and go in the history of our world. Some people may argue that to use the word blessed at this time in our country might be reaching. Some would 100% agree that we are still blessed despite what we've been through this year. I'm not here to debate one way or another. I am not here to tell you that your feelings are wrong or that mine are right. What I'm here to discuss today is how I choose to feel today in the midst of where we are. Because as much as today could be one more day of division, it can equally be an opportunity for a new day of togetherness. It's really our individual choice how we choose to live in today. I know the history in our country is not a perfect one, but I'm choosing to anchor in hope that this year will be a paradigm shift in how our history, where we made it better than it was the years before. If I look at my own life and bad things that have happened, tragic things that have happened, I wish I could go back and somehow make them go away, but I can't. And as a country, we can't. All each and every one of us can do in this moment is commit to doing our part to keep making our country better and taking care of it because it is our home. We also must consider that the part of change that I've been called to may be different than the part of change you've been called to. That's okay as long as the common goal leads to loving each other as we would want to be loved. Period. As I reflect on my own book that I published this year and the cover, it says so much about this year. And I imagine 20, 30 years from now, people will look at the cover of that book and see my family looking up at our country flag and the sky, seeking hope during uncharted times. I also know that they will be able to look back on our country and know that it was a rocky one for us this year. But they will also see that we were in the same country and in the same boat together. Our boat took some hits on all sides, and we all have scars. But as we have healed, we heal together. We didn't leave each other behind. I hope we don't leave each other behind in these things. And I hope that they will be able to look back on our time right now where we are and know that we left the land with seeds of hope and togetherness, love, gratitude, forgiveness, and reconciliation. And most importantly, I hope that they look back and see that we were committed to keep moving forward. I hope that today you will take a moment in every encounter with every person that you meet to inspire them with hope. Make them feel welcome in your presence if you haven't before. And hopefully they will leave your presence loved. I hope that today you will consider sowing new seeds for the future of our country. Each and every one of us has the power to do that. You don't have to hold the political seat to sow seeds of hope for a better future for your town, for your community, for our country, and for our world. The ground that you and I walk on right now is the ground the next person will also walk on. Will we leave them footprints that lead to a better tomorrow? I wish you and your family a happy 4th of July today. God bless you all, and yes, God bless America, because that means you and me. I hope this letter or speech or whatever it sounds like to you encourages you. I hope it helps you think more about what you can do. It's helped me actually sit down as I wrote it and think about what I can do. Can I serve more in my community? Can I raise awareness when I see things are wrong? Can I stand up and be a voice for change in the right way? Can I also be a listening ear for my neighbor when I may not be able to see where they're coming from and their concerns and their heartaches that they're having? Let me listen. Let me try to understand that where they're coming from, a place that I may not have ever been, doesn't mean that they're wrong, doesn't mean that what they're feeling may be wrong. It's just the perspective that they have because of what they've gone through. Let me be a listening ear. Let me extend them grace. Let me be open to hearing that, yes, there might be something that I could be doing differently. Let me also understand that even if my neighbor chooses to make a decision that's different from mine, that doesn't mean that they're just a bad person. It means that they have a different perspective and they have a different opinion. And my hope and my prayer is that we consider each other in our decisions. We consider each other in the things that we decide to hang on to. And I don't think for 1 minute hanging on to negativity and hanging on to what once could have been and what once was is going to help us move forward in the future. I hope that we look at the opportunities that we have today and we take our gifts and our talents and the things that we can contribute in a positive way, and we leave footprints for the future, and that history will not repeat itself in some of these bad places and bad circumstances and things that have happened, because it will stop with us. And that as we continue to navigate in this pandemic, it will be hard, it will be tough, we will continue to have to adapt, but we will adapt together. So I do hope you have a happy 4th of July, and I look forward to having more dialogue. I look forward to writing more books that talk about these topics and cause us to open up in some ways and have healthy dialogue of how we move forward together. And most of all, I hope that if you're feeling hopeless today, that someone would come across your path and give you hope. I pray that prayer for you today. Have a happy 4th of July.